Hi there, I'm Nancy Nash with Starfish Strength, and I love using all sorts of different workout equipment. Today, I want to show you 3 exercises you can do with just a long resistance band. So all you'll need today is enough space to make your own personal snow angel and a long resistance band of some sort. Now I have the spri bands, which do have 5 different levels of resistance. If you're new to resistance band training, then I would start with a less resistant band and slowly work your way up. I'll also show you how to grab the band with a little more tension, which will also increase the resistance if you just have one band you're working with. So we're going to start with the banded deadlift. So I want to take the resistance band and put it underneath the arches of my shoes. And I want to make sure that my ankles are about hip distance apart. And throughout this entire exercise, I'm going to try to maintain hip socket width distance in the ankles, knees, and in my hips. So I'm going to draw my belly in and push my butt back and start coming into a deadlift, like I'm going to grab something out of the oven. And then I'll grip the band pretty close to the floor. So I've got a good amount of resistance. And then to come up, I'm going to keep my shoulders back, keep my abs tight, and push through the balls of my feet. So now in this stance, you should feel that resistance in your back, in your abs, in the back of the legs, even though I'm not doing anything. So going back into that, keeping the knees out, pushing the hips back, squeezing the glutes, and then to come up, I'm going to drive through the balls of my feet. So on that descent, you can go a little bit slower in that eccentric motion, and then driving through the balls of your feet a little bit faster. So I want to make sure that my knees don't start knocking in towards one another so that I really continue to feel this in the muscles in the back of my legs. And I don't feel this in the knees in an unkind way. So if you're feeling this at all in your lower back, go ahead and come out of it for a moment and just let yourself practice that pelvic tilt, drawing the belly in, flattening that lower back. And when you come back into it, don't try to reach that low to the ground. Really think about this as a leg exercise. So the arms are just a lever. The legs are really driving this. So pushing the hips back, I'll have weight in my heels, and then driving through the balls of the feet. I'm going to really use the power of the legs to straighten up. And the entire time, I also want to keep my shoulders pulled back. So if you do find yourself kind of rounding forward at all, let yourself come out of it for a moment and then reset and come back in. Because we really want to make the back, legs, and abs strong with this. We don't want to give you a crick in your neck. All right, so let yourself try a couple more. You should really feel like the glutes are on fire, the back of your thighs, the hamstrings are activated. This is a great overall strength and toning exercise. Awesome job. Let's move on to our second exercise. Next, we're going to do a stationary lunge with a banded row. So I'm going to place the band under one of my feet and then step the back foot back 2 or 3 of my own foot lengths. I want to make sure that my ankles are about as wide as my hip sockets and that my feet are straight in line with one another. From there, I'm going to draw the belly in, slightly bend that front knee, and then try to create that straight line with the backside of my body. So oftentimes it's tempting to really hinge from the waist. So I'm going to see if I can create that straight line so that that whole backside of my body is working together to hold me here. And then I want to make sure that I've got an even amount of band in each hand. And I'm going to pull the elbows wide and pinch the shoulder blades down and together. So it kind of feels like you're doing a rear shoulder roll as you pull your elbows out towards the side of your chest. So see if you can let yourself control that in both directions. This is where band training is a little bit different than training with a dumbbell, because you're going to find that you can really feel this in the pull and push. So in that pull, in that concentric motion, that can be a little bit quicker. And then I want to really control as I straighten the arms, again, drawing the abs in, making sure I really feel this in the glutes and the thighs. Everything is working seamlessly together. And if you're not feeling this in the middle of your back, you will by the time we do this again. So use your front leg to step the back leg to center. We're going to switch and do that on the other side. So I'm going to place the band around the arch of my other foot, step the other foot back, about 2 or 3 of my own foot lengths. Make sure that the ankles are about hip socket width. Draw the abs in, bend that front knee, and try to bring the back side of my body into that straight line. So drawing my belly in, I'm going to think about rolling the shoulders back and pinching them together, drawing the elbows out to my sides. I should really feel this in the back of the upper arms, the triceps, in the middle of my back. And hopefully you're feeling a mighty burn in that front thigh and your booty as well. We're elongating that calf. So you should really feel a stretch in that back calf all throughout this. Now this isn't a race. Just do as many as you reasonably can. So when you're going through this in your own workout, you can take it at a faster pace. But right now, really make sure you can feel it in all of the areas that we're talking about. So we're going to do 1 or 2 more, just really focusing on drawing the belly in, pinching the shoulder blades down and together, feeling that tension in the legs. Great job. Go ahead and use that front leg to power your back leg back to center. So our last exercise is a bicep curl. So I'm going to put the band underneath the arches of my feet, and I'm going to make sure this time that I have a pretty even amount of band on each side because I'm actually going to use the handles for this. Now, I don't just want to try to pull the band up towards my face. I want to brace my core first. So I'm going to draw the belly in, push my booty back just a little bit, see if I can feel a squeeze in those glute muscles. They should be alive and awake at this point. And then I want to try to keep the elbows towards the front of my rib cage the entire exercise. So with all those things said, pulling in the abs, now I'm going to curl up and control on the way back down. And that control on the way back down, that eccentric motion, that is the most difficult part of this. So I'm going to curl most of the way, I would say 80% of the way to the shoulders. You want to curl as far as you can while keeping the elbows towards the front of your rib cage. And if you can, see if you can keep a little distance between your elbows and the rib cage so that the shoulders have more room to move. They don't feel kind of crunched. At no point do I want to round the shoulders forward or feel any tension or pain in the elbows. That tells me that I'm not ready for this amount of resistance or that something in my form is a little bit off. So keep thinking about drawing the abs in, squeezing your glutes as you curl up, and then as you control that lower back down, that's when you should really feel that mighty burn in the front of the biceps, in the shoulders, and in your abs. So using a resistance band for this exercise really makes it into a whole body effort. If you're used to using dumbbells for this exercise, let yourself try a couple this way, try a couple with dumbbells, and see what you think. You might find that this teaches you to engage the muscles even better the next time you use your dumbbells. All right, let's try one last rep. Excellent job. Thanks so much for making time to work out with me today. I hope you feel better set up with a couple great new exercises to bring into your routine. If you're looking for more exercises, full workouts, healthy recipes, and other healthy lifestyle tips, please check out the rest of my YouTube channel. And if you're looking for more one-on-one support with your exercise and nutrition programming, you can always reach out to me in the link in the description for a consultation. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video.